Welcome to Carolina Women. We are here today at Lava Fitness in our little gym. We all look like we're ready to do some workout.
Yeah.
Cathy Ulmer, thank you for joining us. Erin, as always, it's great to see you.
Good to see you.
Ugh. Tis the season.
Tis the
Kids are
season.
back. Yeah.
Kids are back in
Kids
school.
are back in school.
And what does that mean?
It means
Germs
that
are back
Yes.
in the house.
Yes.
it
yes.
is like the kids, this is the first year that my granddaughter Clementine's been in first grade.
Oh,
so there's a
wow.
whole new set of germs we did not know
Yes.
existed.
It was like instant.
Yeah.
Like they go back to school and then it's like, oh, you know, I mean, I think my kids have each missed a day of school just because they
Already.
have some kind of crud.
So
What's going around?
what's going around? What about flu season? All of these good things. And I have to tell you, in addition to that, we were talking about shingles.
Yes.
We
Yes.
talk about that all the
Yeah.
time, and it's something that every single time I see you, because I'm 70, you're like, you need
your
to get
shingle
that shot.
And now is a good time because it's time to get our flu shots. You know,
Yeah.
I usually try to push towards mid-September to start. And October's upon us, so it's good to get in, and you can get your flu shot and your shingle shot at the same time. So,
Okay.
you know, if you're going to go in and
Go big
get a
or go
shot,
home.
get them all while you're there. I mean, you know, it's some people don't like to get multiple shots at a time. You have to be cautious with it. But even like the RSV shot,
Yeah.
if you're susceptible to RSV, then you could get all three at the same time. You know, and the flu is here. I mean, we've already had flu cases, we've already had COVID cases, we've already had, well, shingles is all the time.
Underway? I mean, when is
Yeah.
it officially flu season?
But it's not
Is there-
official anymore.
Is it just year
I
round?
don't think it's year round.
hear of it
like
year round.
I feel like after COVID, we kind of like spread it out so far, and that's why I encourage everybody to continuously get their shots every year because you kind of get that
Yeah.
full-time coverage.
What's been interesting to me, because folks who have gotten tested for COVID, who have tested positive, haven't really, either they've been extremely sick, or my experience, or they haven't been sick at all. They
Yeah.
just say, oh, I think it's allergies.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
So
So
it's,
what do you recommend? How do you recommend people kind of distinguish between all of those, or does it matter?
Just stay home, please.
Yeah, well, that's the key.
Yeah, they're all viral.
all
You
bad.
know, it's hard to differentiate. I think most people end up with both. They
Okay.
get the COVID and flu kind of are going to start, you know, traveling together as best friends.
Both at the same
Okay.
time?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Oh, God.
So I think,
Double
you know,
whammy.
with that, you're just going to have to continue to do those things like, you know, taking care of yourself. If you're in an environment where you're around a lot of people, it is okay if you want to wear a mask just to kind of
Isn't the
keep it
rule
to
of
yourself.
thumb, like, if you have a fever, stay home. Is that true? You're more contagious if you have a fever?
Well, during those first stages is when your fever spikes. So, and during the beginning of viral infection, you are the most contagious. So usually they kind of go hand in hand. So that's usually the times when you really want to kind of. But a lot of people are contagious before they even have symptoms.
And
so
they don't even
you
know.
you
And
just don't
if
know.
if I develop symptoms, what do I do? How do I manage my symptoms in a way that maybe can help?
Water,
Water.
extra vitamins like
Okay.
vitamin C, rest,
Okay.
all those things that most of us, you know, avoid.
Yeah, exactly. At what point do you keep your kid home from school?
You want me to speak for the schools? You know, I mean,
I'd rather have you speak as a mom.
I think they want to encourage you that if your kid is starting to get sick, especially if they have a fever, well, you do need to keep them home if they have a fever. Is, you know, if they seem to be spreading a lot of germs, kind of keep them home for a day. Try to, you know, spend that day like, you know, doing the vitamin C, doing the elderberry, lots
Okay.
of water, rest, so that maybe they'll feel better a little sooner. So when you send them back to school, so
that
kind of at the
does
start of that sickness
Yeah.
versus like, oh, they're really bad now. I'm going to.
I was just going to say, at what point do you take them to the doctor?
You know, doctor visits aren't necessary really until either a fever has lasted more than a couple of days,
Okay.
or there's, you know, dehydration, vomiting, they're not keeping food down, things like that. So, you know, really dehydration is the biggest thing that happens when you get sick or kids get sick and they end up in the doctor's
Depends on
office.
whether they're the first child or the last child.
Right,
Well,
that's what I was
exactly.
going to say.
My youngest, she's like, you know, Mom, I've never really been to the doctor.
Yes.
I'm like, because I'm always like, you're
Yeah,
fine.
you're fine. He'll get over
Here,
it.
take
No
this.
worries.
Exactly. It's always a treat to see you. We'll see you again next month.
Yes.
Yes.
We will have had our shots by then, or we will call
Yes.
you to bring them for
And
us.
we'll have
Right,
a better
yes.
read on how this
Exactly.
season is going.
Yes.
Stay with us. There's a lot more to come here on Carolina Women.